He almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up.
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer.
I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion.
Dial it back.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
I think for as long as we do this show, Roy, I don't think there's an intro better than that one for this show.
I mean, we can hope that there will be. That's the thing, Mo. Every week.
That's the thing. I think we did say when we ended last week's episode, I think the question was, will there be something to top? Can something? And I don't know if it did, but Wongers
was good. Madison,
it's good
with a Y, but not where you expect it. Is
yes
a great. This was a good episode.
It was a fun episode. So I think another thing was like, can we get another episode that's gonna? So I think this show is settled into itself, right? This is what it's gonna be. One of the questions we asked, right, is what is Wong's involvement gonna be? Would it be like doom and gloom? It still was universe ending, but it was done in a way that for this show's the energy of the show, right? It's like this is not Moon Knight, so doom and gloom looks different here, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
A lot.
I think moving forward, the MCU, for as long as Benedict Wong is alive, and for as long as he's okay to do this, I think you keep him on everything. That's my hope. That is my.
He's
hope.
The Sorcerer Supreme and cheaper than Benedict Cumberbatch. So,
right. Like maybe recast one.
The other Benedict.
Right.
There's two Benedict. They're both. I didn't realize that, but
they're both. They're funny, right? They're both in the same property. But yeah, I think.
I'll go.
Yeah, keep Wong, and if you do ever recast, I don't know how you top Benedict Wong playing this character, but if you do ever recast. I mean, if he moves forward, if Benedict is like, I want to do like other, something a little different, and you have like recast Wong, like don't just let Wong slip out of the MCU.
I mean, I think that Wong as a character is not. I don't think it's the character Wong. I think it's Benedict Wong.
It is Benedict Wong. You're right. Like, it is Benedict.
I think when they're ready to retire, when he's ready. To move to the great paycheck outside of Disney, right? Once he has his sort of Disney money in his bank vault, and it's like, you know what? At this point, what else? Like you're at Robert Downey Jr. mode. It's like,
right?
Like what else? I don't need more money. So,
I don't know anyone who ever said that.
But I mean, but like for these smaller tier people, like Mark Ruffalo, that's how you say it.
Yeah, Ruffalo.
Like he keeps doing it because he's not at Robert Downey Jr. level.
No, right?
So the paycheck is steady. It's easy. Like particularly this appearance was not like, breaking his body or anything like that. So I think that, I mean, this is Phase Wong, right? So
yes, it is.
I think we'll see him at least through the next Avengers movie. I think pretty consistently.
Right, and for the next, I think he should be. But again, being the Sorcerer Supreme, right? I feel like it's something where he is gonna like. I feel like the Sorcerer Supreme should be the connective tissue for the MCU. Like he should connect to like most, if not all, of the characters. Because I mean, She-Hulk isn't necessarily a mystic arts character. Exactly, but you found a way to bring him into the universe with one having the Abomination thing was one thing. Now, this fake magician, thing. That's the premise of this episode. But I feel like talking about Wong is just super. It's actually more interesting than talking about the fake magician plot. But that was also funny. I think the
funny.
court scene. I'm sorry. I laughed. It wasn't a chuckle. It was a laugh.
Oh yeah. This episode, like last episode, is like I think the first time I was able to positively and truthfully answer the question: did you laugh?
Right, because that is a question that shows up a lot for this show.
It is, and I really laughed this one. This was much closer to an episode of Arrested Development or Parks and Rec.
Yes,
than
that
any
energy,
other previous episode.
Yes. And so I appreciated this episode. I think So shoot, I feel like we've kind of talked about what we like, but no, okay. What did you really enjoy the most out of this episode?
I think I basically enjoyed it from top to bottom. I think there
Mhm.
wasn't like a weaker element of this
Mhm.
episode. I
Mhm.
think the A plot and B plot were both very funny, and I think that the A plot was probably like more straightforwardly funny. But I think that the Jen is dating B plot was good. It was definitely Mo. This was Mo the episode. I was like guaranteed that Mo was
This is
this
the
was
episode I've been
that
waiting for.
in wish
Finally.
fulfillment, you can, I mean,
They could have pushed the envelope a little, just a tad,
well,
but
they spent the like the except for the
oh
scene
no,
where she was in the office,
mm,
the CG was like outstanding in this episode. Both the
yes.
fight and the dating scene,
Oh my god, the
like
dating episode.
the fight looked really good for
Yes.
like they clearly, I don't know what they did with their budget. Like once they were like, all right, we got the money for the twerk and we got the money for this. So we'll see if they keep it up. But like I was impressed. Like the whole time I was like, these demons look really impressive.
Yes, they did.
Like,
For a TV show, pretty much, right?
yeah, I mean
They
it's
did
like
look good.
better than the CW. Like not like movie good, but like
Yeah,
better
it's
if they did the
better
same
than
kind of
CW,
scene.
better than
CW.
Evil, better than a lot of shows that do use like these kind of effects, right? I think what I really enjoyed about this episode,
Hulk smash.
I don't think I need to discuss that on the show. I was watching, but like, I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I did.
It
It would have been nice if the demons ripped
Oh my
part.
God.
It's like,
This is the year of our Lord 2022. All right. They look, and they don't have the money for that. All right.
Right.
Like, just be glad that it looked good.
They did the fights. They did the fight, and I was She-Hulk moving looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, if the twerk was an indication that when they need to put Jen in action or She-Hulk Jen in action, that they will spend the money, because they did spend the money. The fight was amazing. It looked good. It wasn't like Doctor Strange tier fights, where all of that CG looks amazing, right? But it was like you could tell this was close to a Doctor. It was this is a Doctor Strange thing, right? Yeah. I think I really did enjoy the court scene, where even as ridiculous as it was, right? With the bunny,
the changing that, like, if you like, I don't know how like it was just sitcom magicians, right? Like going back to Arrested Development, right?
Yes.
Like it felt very Arrested. This felt like a bunch of jokes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like and that's what I really enjoyed, right? It had that energy. Like
Yes.
Madison felt like a character that walked off like Parks and Rec,
yes,
or The Good Place, or any of those shows by Michael Schur. Like it's the same kind of like energy. It's like making fun of that type of person, but also like in on the joke, right? She's not entirely like just a joke. There's like a little bit of heart in there, which is like classic Michael Schur thing to do. And then all of the stuff with the magicians felt like it was like what was on the cutting room floor of Job jokes or Arrested Development. Like, there's just like a lot of
100%,
and they were really funny. Like
I think
legitimately funny.
died. I died when the smoke bomb went off. And the scarf went up, and you saw the lawyer, and somehow everyone missed it, and the judge goes, "Oh, like I died." That was knee slapper funny.
All right,
You're right. This is the first episode where I tapped my hand went to my knee, and I was like, "Okay, that is funny."
My favorite one was the bird. It was like I have a bird too. I was like, that's a good joke.
No, this was a fun episode, and I enjoyed I enjoyed Madison.
I enjoyed her too.
I enjoyed Madison, and it was the stinger at the end, fun. It's like, do you have, she's just dropping drink names, and it's like, yak milk. We could try some yak milk.
What's the wedding, Mo? What's the wedding?
Doctor Strange?
No, he's not. No, he broke up with the alternate version of his ex-girlfriend,
which was weird.
Would they?
I mean, he went off with what's her name, right? Yeah, it's not Doctor Strange, because he would have to come back for that.
Yeah,
the wedding. That is an interesting question.
Was Wong? Wong was at Rachel McAdams' wedding, right? In the beginning of Malcolm.
I don't know. Was he?
I don't
That
think
is
he
an
was.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Because she never interacted with him, right? In the first
No,
movie,
no.
right? So
Yeah. She never. There was no interactions with any other sorcerers,
right, it's
it was just him.
just Steven. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but no,
yeah,
go ahead.
this episode's good. It was
No, this
very
episode, like,
enjoyable.
there's no. I'm not good. It's not the CG. Like usually, what we would. Oh, what was the weakest part? It wasn't the CG. It wasn't the acting. I feel like the acting for this show has been good. That's what has kind of carried the acting. Tatiana, amazing. Um, Wong, obviously, Benedict Wong has settled into this version of Wong. Like it's just this is, for better or worse, this is Wong, right? It's the same thing you'd say with like Cap. Like, no, I think you can. I think anyone can step in and play Cap. Maybe Iron Man.
No, not for a long while. Like Robert Downey Jr. just like
that's yeah. I think Cap. I feel like anyone can step into that, right? Maybe the look is different, but
buff, hot white man.
That's
besides, like we're talking about Steve Cap, like
right,
obviously,
right, yeah, Steve Cap, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but I think if Benedict Wong does decide, I'm done with this. I don't know. Even though I'm like, maybe let's recast Wong, but I don't know.
No, I don't think they would need to do. They should do that. The real scary thing is when Marvel decides, okay, Steven has to be Sorcerer Supreme, because I don't think Steven was ever actually Sorcerer Supreme, right?
Was he? I think he was.
Was he in that brief period between his movie and Infinity War?
Like, it was between his movie and Infinity War. And then when he got blipped,
Wong
it passed to Wong, and then it's Wong. Yeah. When Steven has to be Sorcerer Supreme, probably the next movie or the next Avengers movie, or that's when I think Benedict Wong is gonna peace out. But for now, man, this is like I enjoyed it. He's Wong. I enjoyed it. The dating piece of this.
There was good stuff in that line.
It was kind of sad though, because like she's trying to date as Jen, and like her profile was kind of trash. And then this is,
I mean, it's classic unbelievable like dating thing. Like Tatiana, if she, even with that awkward corporate photo,
100%, 100%.
It's like, come on. Like, I get it's a TV show, all actors are
DMs will be popping.
It's just like,
I don't, but for show effects, I think that's how that works. Then the episode kind of opened with her dad, right?
That was pretty decent joke.
They addressed the attack. So again, the show does have its serious moments. They did address the attack on her, and her dad was concerned, and so that was the thing. Go ahead.
No, yeah, that was one moment that was serious. Then the end is serious.
Yes, the end is serious because WTF. It's serious and funny because it's like, it's funny because that's kind of petty.
Well, the guy, yes, yeah. Oh, we're talking about her getting sued, or the dude? Which of the?
Oh, are we talking about the date?
Well, I like the guy like being like, oh,
that was kind of shitty.
That was the kind of.
Okay, that was 100% shitty because like technically the same person.
Yeah, but like
it now makes me question, like, were you really trying to be sweet to her because you was trying to like?
I think she got played. Like,
yeah,
I think she did, but. I mean, we could, so like,
she definitely did. She definitely did get played. That's kind of, it got sucked. Like,
I felt really bad for Jen.
Man of trash.
Yeah, I mean that's 100% true.
Right. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go," and Jen is like, "Crap."
It's a very true like Tinder dating thing, though.
Yes.
Like that felt like real and kind of like a. Whoa, the show.
But here's the question though.
These writers really have been on Tinder.
Right. Did he leave because he got what he wanted, or did he leave because she wasn't She-Hulk anymore?
Both, I think.
I
mean, I think it's meant to be played as like the classic, like you had this Tinder date with this like
makeup and everything, and then
and then the dude's like, oh.
Yeah,
gotta go.
Yeah, it's
Like,
shitty. It's
I
very
mean,
shitty.
that's that's online dating.
On brand, right?
Like
Right.
that's those again shows me the writers have been on Tinder. Like
Right.
they've been in the trenches, as you could
I haven't seen any disc. Obviously, the twerk. This episode discourse hasn't reached because the peak She-Hulk discourse is the twerk, right?
until Matt shows up.
Right.
Then it's also we're in the
Then,
Daredevil
yeah,
waiting room for the
right.
discourse.
Pretty much, right. We're in the green room right now waiting for the Daredevil. But I think some of the discourse is around like, oh, Wong having a friend or like that. Like I saw that and I was like, you guys are sorry. Like, what the hell?
The Twitter armor didn't hold up. Are you saying that was a great joke, by the way?
Oh my god. That was kind of like you guys sorry. Like, why are you mad that Wong has a friend? Like that actually doesn't make any sense.
Like, who cares that Wong's hanging out with this drunk party girl? Like, let Wong live his best life. Like,
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
Like, think about it. He went through all of that in, Multiverse of Madness.
No, he got his ass kicked in Multiverse of Madness. I still don't understand how he's not dead. But
like, the man deserves to hang out and drink some gin and tonics with this party girl and watch. What was he watching in the end? What show was it? Because it was it Heroes?
No. Something of Us. This Is Us.
This is us. That's what he was watching. Okay,
yes.
Okay. By the way, all not Disney shows. Like the fact that they showed HBO Max in this show.
They had to pay for that. Like, dang. So the money was spent in this episode.
I mean, the main discourse I saw as I was reading this thread, and somebody was complaining about how they had actual Sopranos spoilers in this.
Yes, but why? That show's been years. Why you still complain about that? Oh, that was funny. No,
that was so funny. Like that also made me laugh.
He's like, "Don't spoil it," and then of course, the next thing she says, I was like, "What?"
Again,
he was a son, and I love Madison. I would want to drink with Madison.
Oh yeah.
I actually love that Wong's drink of choice is a GNT. Like, refreshing.
Yeah, he's a sophisticated man.
Yes, he is. He is
Sorcerer Supreme. Him actually doing magic was also good. Like,
yes,
it's like puny human magic where he does.
Yes,
that was
okay. Was it just me, or was the fact when Jen was like complaining, did she seem like she was getting stronger? Well, not complaining, when she was like, "I should be on a date right now," and instead I'm getting covered. Like, was she getting stronger? Was she hulking out?
Maybe I don't know. I didn't. It's not something I caught. So
yeah, I thought she might have been hulking out because she started. Things started happening a lot. She was grabbing more than just the one, but she was also having fun with it when she grabbed the one and
and flinged it. Yeah, I mean, it felt like a She-Hulk comic,
show,
right?
Yes,
because it's like She-Hulk has a case that's based on whoever the guest star of the week. Like this could have easily been a regular comic. But it would have been It would have been Steven, not Wong, right? If it was
right.
100% in the Marvel comics, right?
Right.
And like anyone who complains, oh, this isn't. I was like, this is literally just a She-Hulk comic. Like you could, if you got if you had John Romita Jr. like draw this screenplay, you could easily slot it into a variety of She-Hulk runs. Yes. So it definitely felt very much like its source material. Like the previous episode did as well, but this one even more so. And so I hope they really just this is a formula I think that works. And I hope they keep at it.
So question, after the show is done with its run, do you see this as something that folds itself into the cinematic universe, or do you want to see season 2?
I mean, I want season 2.
Yes.
But I think that, my hope is this. They do this, then Jen is in a movie, so they can do all the previs that they need to get all perfect, like Hulk looked good. He didn't look necessarily as great as he did in Endgame, but all the animations were crisp, awesome. That's what they just need for Jen. So Jen needs to go to a movie, then come back to second season, and then the haters won't be able to complain because the CG will be fine.
Yeah, because I think because what this episode and last episode showed me is that She-Hulk more than any of the other shows, maybe Ms. Marvel.
Well, yeah.
She-Hulk more than any of the Marvel shows is the one that needs to keep going. Like, because again, with this episode and what they did last episode and how you make something big but small, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, with again the last episode, the Blonsky episode, is huge because that is, it's a huge episode because obviously Abomination, but it's smaller because of it's a TV show.
Yeah.
This episode, you have Benedict Wong, you have maybe a world-ending event, but you scale it down for a TV show, and it works.
Yeah.
While I would want to see a She-Hulk or She-Hulk in the movies, I've grown to kind of like this character in this setting, and I think this is where she thrives.
Well,
but like you, oh no, I'm sorry, but like you, they need to spend the money to help her thrive, to help her grow. So yeah, but I'm very partial to this now.
I think Miss Marvels will suffer from an issue of like when she comes back from the Marvels, it will feel like it's scaled down and like Kamala's like taking a step backwards, right?
Yes.
But the thing about, because Jen is a lawyer, like she can go off and fight Kang and then come back and she's still just like a lawyer.
At the end of the day, yes.
You don't need to be like, oh, suddenly she's attending school, right? Like kind of, before she was fighting the Kree and now she's attending school. It's like, I think it's easier to scale her down.
Spider-Man?
I mean, did they spend a lot of time in the high school in Spider-Man? I guess Far From Home, they're on the school trip.
Yeah. Was that Far From Home? No.
Yeah,
Homecoming, they were on a school trip. Far From Home on another. Wow, they really.
Well, Homecoming, he hadn't been an Avenger yet.
Right.
He was in Civil War, but that was like for 5 minutes.
I mean, that's Avenger-esque.
Yeah, but that's not like he stole Cap's shield
it's not
and
Avenger
beat up
proper.
Bucky and Falcon.
Right.
Like, and got his ass kicked by Cap in the end. Like,
right.
That's very low scale compared to like Infinity War, right?
Infinity War and Endgame, and then you have to come back down because Far From Home was after Endgame. Right?
It was after Endgame, and people complained about Far From Home being like too small scale, right? There were two complaints about Far From Home. Was that either it was too small scale, or like Peter should be doing more important things than like going on a school trip, or people were like, why is Peter not in New York? Those would seem to be the two big complaints I saw.
I mean, yeah, why is Peter not in New York? But like, I don't know about it being small scale. I think that's how it works. That's how Spider-Man works, right? That's literally the most Spider-Man thing ever, which is why I think which is why I mentioned Spider-Man when when we're talking Ms. Marvel. The only difference is you are very right about Ms. Marvel, right? Is she's going to go cosmic, right? It's different from Spider-Man where it's like he fights as an Avenger and helps to win, but Ms. Marvel is going cosmic, right?
That's fair. But the thing is, like when you said though that there's nothing more Spider-Man than small scale, except the most successful Spider-Man movie of all time is the least small scale Spider-Man movie.
Which one?
The one we just watched.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Like it has 3 Spider-Mans, involves Doctor Strange tearing open the space-time continuum and dumping alternate villains. Right. I mean, there's now this multi-dimensional Spider-Man thread that exists thanks to the Spider-Verse comic that then got picked up by Into the Spider-Verse, the TV show, the animated movie. Like, but like, that's not the Spider-Man you and I grew up with, right? Like.
Okay, Spider-Man. Oh crap! I might have bitten off more than I could chew. But in the Spider-Man comic book, that is how it is, right? It goes. He can go be an Avenger, right? Yep. That's the thing. He can go be an Avenger and then turn right back around and be fighting the Shocker. In the next run, right? And not the next run, the next comic, right? The next Spider-Man comic, his main villain for that week is the Shocker. And then turn right back around and be in the fight with the Fantastic Four, and turn right back around and be fighting Vulture.
Mm-hmm. Boomerang.
Right. And the reason I mentioned that, is because I was thinking comics, right? But if we're looking at movies, it's funny, right? Because I really kind of want to think of Far From Home as a small scale movie, but I really can't. I mean, I feel like I can and I can't, right? I can in a way where it's like, okay, by the end of Far From Home, they've reduced it again, right? He's now like
Yes.
broke Peter
I mean,
Parker.
we'll see, but we'll see how long that lasts. but
Right,
yes.
right. He's no longer Iron Boy.
Oh, Iron Spider, or whatever.
Iron Spider, yeah, my
Iron
bad.
Man Junior, or all
Right.
the stupid
Oh man,
shit
there's
Reddit
so
has said
many.
about
There's
him.
so many. But he's no longer that. He's now more so this. But She-Hulk 100%. It clicks. She's like outside of Avenger, or maybe she's not necessarily an Avenger. She was part of Fantastic Four, but outside at one point in her, I think because they spun off Johnny Storm, I think, right?
No, she replaced the Hulk when the Hulk stayed on Battle World after the Secret War.
Oh,
the
okay.
First Secret War miniseries. And then she comes back like other times, but the original time she replaces the Thing.
Right. And so she's at the end of the day, she has a day job, right?
She does, yeah.
So like, you know what? Daredevil. Yes, but
she is closer to Daredevil.
Yes,
in that sense. A comedic version of that, because usually Daredevil is
Is
even in the like lighter Daredevil
serious,
runs,
right?
like Wade's
self-serious, right? Like,
yeah, it's very self-serious.
Right.
Dark.
I can't wait to see the next hallway fight. You know what? Let me not.
Oh my god! If there's a hallway fight that involves like Jen and Matt in this, like I will like this will be the single great. This is art with a capital A. Like you're just like I know it won't happen. Like there's just no way that they would do that. But like Matt's doing this like hallway fight, and then like She-Hulk just punches them through and it's just like, okay, it's over now. I'd be like,
perfect.
So it's like, oh please.
It would be, you're right, because they will really have trolled everybody, because they trolled the YouTubers last week. Who they troll this week? Not really. Well, they trolled like the drunk college girls, right? Madison and magicians. If they troll the Daredevil fans, this is the best Marvel show, hands down. I don't care. I don't care. Like,
I hope so.
This will supplant every other Marvel show. Just if they do that hallway fight, and then Jen ends it in like quick snap. Like, oh yes, and then twerks.
Okay, that's asking.
Okay, I'm asking for a lot. I'm asking for a lot, but
all right.
No,
but
that'll be sweet. That'll be sweet.
I mean, Madison did have the best joke in this episode, which was not even involving the MCU, which was when she was describing when they asked her where she was from, and she gave that whole speech about her father having like,
oh my god,
and it's just like that is so funny. Like that's just like classic comedy writing.
No,
this episode has
all great because it was like, how okay, so you got teleported to a demon realm. How did that make how was that to your psyche? Well, it was horrible. Then it was fun. It was horrible again, but then it was fun. And then he transported me to Wonger's house. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Hey, like it's already so good at this point. Like the episode starts off so good, and then what I do appreciate most is the fourth wall breaking on the show. I think the show has found itself. It's found its legs. It's found this is the show, and I really want it to continue to be like this. I don't care. Like I want there to be seriousness, obviously, like so we can talk about something serious, but for like 2 seconds. But honestly, I like the balance of it. I like the balance of it more. Yeah, because it's not Moon Knight. It's not Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What's another serious one? It's not Loki, right? I don't. So we've had what Loki. Well, I wouldn't say Falcon and the Winter Soldier had like world ending, but it had a serious, threat to it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was, but
they were trying to
they tried to make it like
poison the world leaders. I don't remember exactly what they were trying to do.
Yes. And I'm kind of, to be very honest, and they tried to do it in Ms. Marvel, which we hated. When they brought it back down to the feds, I think that was the best.
Much better, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm almost tired. Like, I want to keep the world ending stuff to like the movies. I honestly feel like keep the world enders to the movies, right? Um, um, the very first Marvel show didn't have a world ender. Uh, WandaVision.
WandaVision? Was
Yeah,
that first? I think it was first.
yeah, it was. It didn't have. It wasn't world ending. It was
I
just.
mean, like, I guess Wanda could have done something worse than she did. I mean, she did kidnap an entire town and
Yeah.
psychologically torture them.
Oh
So,
my god. Yes.
like,
But you know, it was still contained to that. It was, yeah. If these are shows, right? Just keep contain the thing, right? Don't like Marvel fell apart when it was going to be a world ender. To me, Moon Knight fell apart when they were threatening the world ending thing, right? Where the alligator demon was sucking souls. But
I didn't mind that part so much, but like, I think it fit Moon Knight well. I mean, they didn't super purpose. They didn't entirely stick the landing, but I guess for me, like, it going to that scale made sense in the way in which, like, Miss Marvel's whatever that happened in that episode.
what are we
Still,
called again? Clandestine. How can I
clandestine.
forget? It was
I should
literally.
rewatch Miss Marvel because maybe it'll make more sense.
I'm not
But
going to. If I do watch Miss Marvel, I will skip 2 episodes.
but yeah, whatever that was,
Exactly.
and
So, and I just hope, right? My hope from She-Hulk is that they don't try to attach like a world-ending threat or event to this, and I don't think they will because
I don't
if
think they
T-
will.
Titania, Titania,
Tanya,
yeah, Titania,
we're gonna
yeah,
get a lot of it starting next episode, so we should
yes,
be able to pronounce it.
yes, we
Properly.
should, right. I think we got it twice here, so but we weren't. I clearly wasn't paying attention. Man,
I'm terrible at pronouncing names.
that red
As I was.
dress, Roy. You know what? Thank you very much. Do we miss anything?
Let's see. I feel like there was something that we wanted that I thought we would. Oh, okay. Yes. So, 2 things. One serious thing. I do think there's a serious thread that flows through here, which is like the tension between Jen and She-Hulk, right? And the like where Jen's comfort level with She-Hulk is, which I think they're doing like relatively subtly, but is definitely something that is a through line. And I think Tatiana is like really carrying it. Like when she gets dumped by that guy, like there was like this like kind of brokenhearted, but then this is just how it is. Kind of
it's this
like,
how it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, like kind of thing was like very like it was a little heart wrenching, similar to the second best VX shot in the previous episode was the reflection of She-Hulk, where after she kicked those people's ass, she's like, "Is this my life now?" Like they carried that with the obviously the twerk was the best CGI.
Oh,
but
I didn't.
The second best
after,
CGI.
I don't care about anything that happened in the episode. No, I'm kidding. But no. I think it also showed. It also showed up when she looked at her profile and saw no matches and goes, "How is this? How is this an alert?" It's fucking
that was
hilarious. Right. And then she goes, "I'm sorry, Jen," when she catches all those alerts. I think so. Yeah, they are trying to balance that, thing. So so it's a thread. It's a serious thread that I would like to see them develop. As the show moves along. Do we miss anything else?
Second question: is Specimen Boy going to come back?
The guy who tried to.
Well, the guy who was like asking her, like being like, "Oh, I've been your fan my whole before this."
You know what? I want to say he.
I was asking like, "Can anything damage you?"
Yes,
what about
I want to say
vibranium?
he's. Yes, I want to say he's either he's in the mix of the guys from last week, the Wrecking Crew. I think they're all like a thing, right?
They're a thing. You think he's like the boss of the Wrecking Crew
right now? Yeah. I mean, they focus on him a little too much. He asked those like really proby questions.
And did call her Specimen, which is like a gross capital.
Oh my god,
G gross.
Capital G gross. Like you don't ever want to say that about anybody. But I mean, in this, for one, it's a gross thing. It's a gross way to describe someone. But 2, he seems like a science guy. That's all, you're a specimen, and I'm gonna, because I was thinking about it in that moment. Like someone did try, and stick a needle in her.
Yeah.
So that they have to address that at some point.
And she doesn't get damaged by the demons at all.
Right.
Right. And like
Right.
I don't even think like Hulk. Does Hulk ever get like Bruce when he's in Hulk form ever get like injured?
No.
No, I guess like
bullets.
Tony like beats on him until he falls asleep in Avengers 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's never like so like I don't know, like he's never
Wait,
fought.
did he fall asleep or did he wake up from the?
I think Tony knocked him out, right? In the fight in Avengers 2?
So like in the Africa fight, right?
Yeah. God. I always forget that that's in Africa. Like that movie blows up Eastern Europe and Africa. It's just like let's get like all of the stereotypical places that
And Civil War, and then it's like
Civil War. It's again, oh my God.
And then like and then we have Infinity War happens, and I'm like, they really love Africa in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, what? Give us a break.
I mean, to be fair, nothing in Wakanda gets damaged, just a field.
Yeah.
So, because but it's Wakanda, right? That makes sense, right? Like, if any part of Africa is not going to get run over by white people's action movie imperialism, it's going to be Wakanda.
Right. But yeah, so that does, I feel like that's something that's going to come back up. Might not come back up next episode because they're going to deal with it. But I feel like she's also. Do you think, because in I don't know what comic it is or what run it is, she's a Doom henchman person.
Maybe. I mean, I want to know how she get her superpowers. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, superpowers are not as common in the Marvel universe. It's not like the DC where just like random enhanced people show up.
Yeah, and she's not. Is she a mutant?
Well, she's not a mutant in the comics.
No, she's not. She's not. She's enhanced. 100%.
So how did she get enhanced? Right. I think maybe that, but I mean, that could just be, of course, who changes the wheels on the Batmobile level question. But we'll see if it's something that comes up.
Right.
No, it's not Alfred. It's that politically incorrect guy. Because there's that guy who's like developmentally challenged, who's like Batman's mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Who's very like that's not really like something we want in 2022. So
right. But yeah, so for now, I think we've covered everything in this episode. I think.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything except this episode was funny. Oh my God! All right, Mo is truly. All right, where's the? All right, this is the green screen here. You can't see my water bottle. Let's see if I can like.
Thirsty? I don't have my water bottle, but no, she. Listen. But you know what? There's something I did ask in episode 1. She's wearing frumpy clothes. Like she's really wearing frumpy clothes, like big frumpy clothes, so that when she does go into Hulk, they fit.
Yes. Right. That was a nice little touch where like everything just, and I also think it's like a purposeful thing, right? Because it makes Jen look smaller,
yes,
than she actually is. Yes. So it's like a further like this theme that I think is going to come more and more as we move along. There's a lot of episodes left. There's still like 6, right?
Yeah.
So
because we're in episode 4.
That's a month and 2 weeks, which is a long time for a Disney show. It feels like.
Yeah, it's outside of WandaVision, it's the longest. WandaVision was 9.
9, yes, but we got 2 in the same week.
2 in the same, yes. So episode 1 and 2 we got together. This we have had to wait every episode. Kind of glad it happened that way.
I'm happy to have it around.
Again,
Probably the first episode should have been together though. But
honestly, I like again, like I said to you last week, I like this show. I like having this show, so I don't care if it lasts for a little longer because we have super serious shows that we have to do. So I like this break, to be honest. Like, please give me a break. Okay. This breaks up the week, Game of Thrones on Monday. Tomorrow we're gonna do Ring of Power. I'm gonna do that in Elven all the way through because I've sharpened my Elven tongue. So
okay, here we go. I have not. So
Oh, that's fine. You know,
I do not have 9 hours of my life right now to give to.
I will do. Hey, like it's so funny how green screen does that. But yeah, no, I did give away 9 hours of my weekend to do that.
You're a better man than I.
Listen, it was tough because there was a lot of I think it took me 3 days. Like, so I started the Return of the King on Sunday and finished it yesterday.
Well,
I kind of want to go into The Hobbit, but I don't know if I have the mental capacity for that yet. I'm gonna take a break because
take a break.
Return of the King was 3 hours and 20 minutes, but by the start of the first credits, it was 3 hours and 18. 3 hours and 8 minutes, 18 minutes, 8 minutes, because the credits were going on for for the rest of it. It's a long ass movie.
Yes,
and
they're all long ass movies.
No. The Return of the King is long because there are a lot of open things, like when they were crossing over to Gondor. That was a 10-minute scene. That was before the wargs came. Before the warg riders, it was a 10-minute scene because you had to do the thing with Eowyn and Aragon. Like, they had to do their flirty thing, right?
Yeah.
Long ass movie, but no.
Well, that movie ends like 4 times too. Like, it's just like,
so
the movie's over.
They win Gondor, and I'm like, yes. So just go dump the ring and end the movie. Like, nope. You dump the ring, and it doesn't just end. Everything has to blow up first. Yeah. Everything blows up. Frodo and Sam have a moment. Doesn't end. They go back to the Shire. No. They go back to Gondor. The king is here. All hail the king. They bow. Movie doesn't end. They go back to the Shire. Sam gets married. Movie doesn't end. Frodo's done writing his book. Movie doesn't end.
I remember seeing this movie in theaters.
Oh my god!
And I just remember, like, literally, my friends started to get up. I forget which one it was after. I think it was after the first time, like, they get to the Shire. They're like, it's over. They start to get up, and then the whole another 10 minutes goes.
10 minutes, yes.
It's just like, wow, this movie just does not want to end.
Yes, Sam gets married. Movie doesn't end. Frodo writes his book. Movie doesn't end.
He's got to go to the West,
right? And then Sam, they all hug right there at the boat scene. The movie doesn't end. Sam has to come back home and say, I'm back for the movie to end. Listen to me. I was tired. I wanted to start the Hobbit movie, but I was like, I don't have the mental. Like, how did I do this back then? I'm thinking about. I saw the movie. We really gave 3 hours and 20 minutes to that movie in the theaters.
Have you ever seen one of the most foolish? This is like truly Tolkien-esque what I did in college. My friends and I, we got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we put on the extended edition of Fellowship of the Ring, and we did the whole thing. They did the whole thing. By the time we got to the first hour, 2 towers, I started to lose it. And so the girl I liked at the time was like, "Oh, I got a flat tire." I was like, "I will help you. Tell me where you are. I will drive to my car. I will do it." So I did that. I helped her fill up her tire. I came back. 2 towers was still on. 2 towers was still on, Mo. Still on. And then I was like, "Oh my god! This is insane. This is one of the most. No human being should try and watch all of those movies in one go." No, and that's actually changed my relationship with those movies. So it's I just can't do it anymore.
I have respect for people who watch the extended version of those movies. I do, because
they're terrible.
You're committed to something like that. I just have respect means that you don't have commitment issues. No woman should ever question a man who gives his life to extended version of those Lord of the Rings movies.
I disagree. She should question his judgment, because no one should do that. I'm sorry.
At least she knows he's committed.
That is
true. Know how committed you have to be. No, no,
So you didn't watch the extended ones. You watched the
no.
theatrical cuts. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
yes, I watched. I said to myself, because I saw the extended version and I clicked the time and I was like, no, because no, like it's Labor Day weekend. I still want to do stuff. Like,
No.
do you think if I started watching those movies honestly, you lost
How
it at
long
Two
is
Tower.
the extended? Like it's like 4 hours, right?
Yes,
Lord of-
so
like
you
the Fellowship alone.
you lost it at Two Tower. Do you think I would have been able to watch House of the Dragon on Sunday or Monday? Like, if no. I don't want. I would never want to see another piece of medieval time stuff.
Mhm.
Anything for
I
like a
mean,
month.
Again, it's like, you know what, in many ways, you know, the extended versions are very much like The Ring, the horror movie, where you know you have to watch it and then you have to get somebody else to watch it that gets the curse off of you, because
Yes.
that's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, so She-Hulk, like we just no, but I'm thankful for She-Hulk because
I'm
look at
thankful
that.
for it, too.
It breaks up. Imagine doing Lord of the Rings and then turning around to do House of the Dragon. Listen, with nothing and then because Andor is next week, right?
2 weeks.
The 21st? Yes,
It's
the 23rd.
It's after back to school night. This is how.
Okay, so yeah, so imagine
21st.
Imagine no She-Hulk in there. I'd be sad. I'd be sad because
I mean, yeah, I mean, we get it. Like, so we're gonna have it until practically like Wakanda is going to be coming out by the time this is done.
We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, so it's like this is episode 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, it's basically almost to Halloween. Probably, I bet the Halloween special that they've soft announced is going to come out like the week after She-Hulk ends. It's
right.
She-Hulk.
So they're gonna like just boom, She-Hulk Halloween special. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I'm grateful for She-Hulk, and again, it didn't have the stinger was as amazing as the stinger was. It wasn't, boo. It's great. It's great. It's just not. It's just not that. It's just not that. Red dress though. Red dress She-Hulk. Listen. If that comes out in a pop or a toy, I will buy the scaled version of it. You would be surprised.
Hey, look, we've all done stupider things than that.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, Roy, for making the time. Shoot, don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button. We'll catch you next week on another episode of She-Hulk. Peace.
He almost tasted that. Num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up.
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer.
I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion.